So I left you with this problem last time, getting this onto here. There's a number of ways you can look at it with the dimensions that you know. On bigger projects, it's always worthwhile just having a grid, so you could use this button here and actually have grids where you could actually add in crosshairs. But for this small project, I would just start putting reference planes in here and have a look that you can start to get center lines here. So you could put that down as a center line, and here again that you can get a center line, and there a center line. So I've got the middle. You could have done that by doing diagonals as well. So then you want to get the middle of this. So if you go into here and see where you can try moving this out of the way, so click this, press move, and move this out of the way so you know that the center lines aren't too close to start with. So click that away here. So then you could say you wanted to move this. So click on it, press move, go to this center point here, and then take it to there. So now you know you've got that on the center, and then you can move this move again from this point here to the midpoint, and then that midpoint there. And then you could delete these two reference planes unless you needed them further. So in your model now, you've got a 3D model of a base plate here with the steel in the middle. So the next thing we'd normally want to do with this, you've got more to add. You've got to add beams on here, beams on here. All the principles I've shown so far of extrusions and holes can be used to add those two, so you have more detail. I'll continue this example with just a simple detail. So we would like to put this onto a drawing, so we're not just looking at a 3D model. So let's start with sheets. You click on sheets, then right click and put new sheet. I'm asking you to produce an A3 sheet. So there's an A1 there at metric, which are a large sheet. For ease in your university level, we'll just go for an A3 sheet. So you need to get back, you need to navigate back to where your information is for these. Let's see if we can find that. Okay, I was struggling finding that. If you go into load here, at this bottom one here, you've got some metric library. So that's a quick shortcut to get to it. And then if you look through here, you've got loads of things in here which are worth a look at. These are all the things we're looking at. But in title blocks, and then there's an A3 metric. So you press open. That loads that into here, so that'll be available next time. So that's selected, press OK. So this just brings up a A3 sheet. So this is somewhere we're going to put our drawing. So the drawing I've specified wants to go in here. I'm not going to do it in line with the brief, I'm just going to do it approximately, and you can get it right. In a similar way, you've got to decide how you put things in here. So what I'm going to do, if I've got this drawing sheet, it's called the A101, this one here, unnamed. So I can go into here and I can rename this. So I could keep some kind of drawing number. A101 is fine, and then you could put in column and base plate views. If I do that, it'll load it in here and load it in here. This one looks a bit not quite right how you want. You can adjust that, or you could change it to a shorter title, which would then mean it wouldn't map over and go underneath, because that looks a bit untidy. So how do you get to drawing in here? Well, what you can do is you can go into one of your views. So say you wanted a south view of the column. So you've got this here, and you can see how big this text is, and that's because this is 1 to 100. And for your drawing, you're probably going to want a smaller scale than that. You can experiment, but let's if I go to 1 to 20, these things change. This level isn't going to be important, so you're going to and then this one wants to be brought a bit closer. So you can tidy a few things up. But for now, if I said that the south view wanted to go onto the drawing, it's a case of having the column and base plate drawing here, and then pulling south into it by left click. Nothing appears to be happening. If you let go, then you've got how big this is going to be. This is an example here. So because I've got that 4 meter level and I've got this here, it's made it that big, which is much bigger than you want. So you have to go back to this south view and tidy this up by putting these close to the scale of what you're trying to show, so you can end up with this being, say, this size. So again, I'll let you go and have a go at that.